Hi friends, Grace Rizza here. I hope you're having a fantastic day. Wanted to talk to you about Google's new Performance Max campaigns. Like anything new, there are going to be learning curves and experiences and things that we figure out. With traditional search campaigns, we can be highly specific with keywords and have very targeted strategies, either exact match or phrase match. We try to avoid broad match campaigns, which are campaigns that just really open up the ad spend to be utilized in irrelevant search terms. But with this new Performance Max campaign, we don't have the same control that we would have and that we've built in the past on the search campaigns. So what you may be encountering as Google has pushed this new Performance Max AI strategy is you may see a small number of irrelevant leads. And I want to talk to you about how this happens and what we do to refine your campaign and optimize it and minimize, not completely eliminate, but minimize the number of irrelevant leads that are driven by your Performance Max campaign. So first things first, I want to identify a few words here that are a bit jargony so that we're on the same page. The first word I want to define is this exact match word that I use, this phrase that I threw out. Exact match means that Google is only allowed to utilize your dollars and cents for phrases that we let them use. Exact match phrases, meaning dentist, your town, dentist. Now, imagine all of the variety of relevant search terms that would generate a positive lead for your practice. In order to utilize a campaign that's spending the minimum viable budget of $2,000 or more per month, and to fully utilize that spend, we would have to come up with every possible search phrase that anyone could think of. It's not really conducive or realistic to run all of our campaigns with exact match. What would happen in a lot of markets is the campaign wouldn't fully utilize the spend, and the client would be annoyed with low search volume because it would be too burdensome to think of every possible relevant combination of words that might generate leads. So you would leave a lot on the table, a lot of opportunity on the table for most campaign types if we were only running exact match. The next, I guess, definition to give you is phrase match. This is traditionally what we've leaned into, what we use most of the time for most of the campaigns. It's a phrase match campaign. This allows us to put parameters on Google so that they're not wasting your dollars and cents, but give them a little bit of flexibility. So if someone spells dentistry incorrectly, Google is still going to show your ads for similar phrases within your targeted geographic area for the types of keywords that we've allowed. So we have a lot of control. We don't have total control. And we're able to set up these phrase match campaigns and pair them with what's called negative keywords. Negative keywords are the words that we don't allow Google to utilize your ad spend on. So a lot of our campaigns, we pre-build and pre-optimize with keywords such as free or cheap, Medicaid. If you don't accept Medicaid patients and that's not a good lead for your practice, we will pre-build our campaigns with a lot of these words to reduce the waste. When Google rolled out Performance Max campaigns, which are still very effective, we're seeing a lot of great results from these campaigns. However, they are far less restrictive. So we have to think of every possible negative search term. And sometimes it's not realistic, especially early in a campaign, we'll say the first 3 months of running it, to have had every possible negative or not allowed keyword phrase to be built in. And this is what we're starting to see with the Performance Max, because again, it is still new. It's a new marketing method. It's a type of Google ad campaign. What we're seeing is Google is at times being a little bit lenient on how they'll utilize the budget, just trying to get those leads up. And so we're seeing more competitor searches generating leads. And so what do I mean by this? If your practice name is ABC Dentistry and DEF Dentistry is in, 30 miles away, but someone in your town searches for DEF Dentistry, remember your ABC Dentistry, and Google shows that search result because they're physically located close to your practice and they're looking for a practice that sounds like yours, but really they're looking for someone else by name. So I've seen this in the pediatric space where someone's looking for a pediatric practice by name in another city, and Google is going, but they're searching from this city. So they might actually be a good fit for this client. And so it's requiring a lot more time and energy in the optimization process to go in and kind of restrict how Google utilizes your budget to reduce, not completely eliminate, but reduce any waste. So long story short, if you are running Google ads and you are receiving irrelevant leads, meaning someone looking for another practice by name or someone looking for something that you just don't provide, and you're seeing it more than once, let us know. Okay, we will pop the hood. We do this weekly anyways, but we will pop the hood and we'll make sure that negative keywords are further built out to prevent this as much as possible. That being said, imagine being in a densely populated market with dentists on every corner, and you're in the middle of many competitive cities, and people are looking for people by name, and Google is serving up your ads, and they're using all of this great AI to make it look like you are that practice. You are going to see some of this. It's kind of the cost of doing business here. Of course, we want to know about it because we want to refine it with those negative keywords. But imagine having to come up with and enter manually the name of every competitor within 100-mile radius, maybe even more, of your practice. It's not going to be eliminated completely, but it will certainly be further and further refined over time. And we will make a significant effort to refine this as far as we can. Now, if you go through this refinement process and you're seeing there are too many leads that are irrelevant, or the majority are feeling irrelevant, talk to us. We'll recommend a different type of ad strategy that has a little bit stronger parameters on what you can do. But Google operates very differently in different markets that have different levels of competition. If they are desperate to utilize your ad spend, then they're going to be reaching for ways to utilize your ad spend. So just communicate with us. We'll advise you. Unfortunately and fortunately, like all things, there's no one-size-fits-all solution here. It's not just a matter of putting everybody back on traditional search campaigns, because we've seen several of our clients have exceptional growth and make wonderful traction by having these Performance Max ads where it justifies the fewer relevant calls because the return on investment is so good and so much stronger than the traditional search campaign. So we always have to weigh the pros and cons when we're making these decisions, and we don't want to recommend a one-size-fits-all fix. If you are new in the Performance Max campaign and you're getting a few irrelevant calls, talk to us. We will help you optimize this, and we'll guide you in the process. So thank you. I hope you found this information helpful. And please know, whether you do nothing with this information, we are still at least weekly in the background adding optimizations, accounting for any irrelevant search terms by adding negative search terms to your campaign and further refining it behind the scenes. So there's really no action necessary on your part. But if you'd like to talk to us about it, or if you're seeing an excessive amount of leads that feel irrelevant, certainly communicate that with us. Thank you so much, and I hope you have a great day.